Welcome back to the Science Hub SKB. Working Like a Scientist, Part 1. Objectives. We'll be defining science, technology, and what a scientist is. We'll also be learning about the skills that scientists possess. We'll become aware of the attitudes of a scientist and learn about the way scientists present their findings. Scientists at work. Science is a way of finding out about the natural world, including how materials and living things behave. It covers a wide variety of areas of study such as biology, chemistry, physics, geology, astronomy, and cosmology. Technology. Technology is the application of science. It uses scientific knowledge, tools, and skills to solve problems, make life easier, or create new things. Technologists provide society with solutions to problems in everyday life, using the ideas developed by scientists. Science therefore provides the tools that technologists use in their work. What is a scientist? A scientist is a person who studies and explores how the world works by asking questions, observing, and testing ideas. They are curious about why things are the way they are, and they use evidence, logic, and careful testing to find answers. At the core, a scientist asks questions about the universe. They form hypotheses, which are educated guesses or possible suggestions, and they test those ideas through experiments, observations, and analysis. They collect evidence and use it to support or reject their ideas, and they share results so others can learn, check, or build on their work. Scientists can work in many different fields. Physicists study matter, energy, and the laws of the universe. Biologists study living things. Chemists study substances and how they change. Geologists study the earth. Psychologists study the mind and behavior, and there are hundreds more. Scientific attitudes. A good scientist is curious about the world and works to solve problems. They respect all living things and follow safe, correct procedures. They value others' ideas and willingly share and discuss their own. They persevere, continuing to work even when results are unexpected. Scientists are human, not perfect, but they aim to show these qualities. Above all, they stay open-minded and seek to separate fact from opinion. The skills of a scientist. Scientists possess many different skills to find the answers to scientific questions when carrying out an investigation. These include A. Observing, using one or more of the senses to find out about objects or events in the environment. B. Measuring, using units of measurement and measuring apparatus to compare an unknown quantity with a standard quantity. C. Comparing and contrasting, recognizing ways in which objects or events are alike or different. D. Classifying, grouping objects or events according to their observed properties. E. Recognizing patterns and relationships, identifying ways in which objects or events are related. F. Using space and time relationships, recognizing and describing relationships between objects and events in terms of their shape, position, duration, and sequence in time. G. Hypothesizing, suggesting answers to questions or problems that can then be tested by experiments. H. Predicting, using previous knowledge and recognizing possible causes and effects to suggest in advance what the outcome of an event or process will be. I. Experimenting, designing and performing a set of test procedures under controlled conditions to obtain reliable information. J. Interpreting, explaining the meaning or significance of information collected. K. Inferring, arriving at a conclusion based on the observations made during an experiment. L. Communicating, giving information through pictures, diagrams, graphs, maps, and written oral descriptions. This requires a careful recording of observations and experiments. The way scientists present their findings. Scientists would first determine, then present a hypothesis. They would then plan how to carry out the experiment, observe and measure, record data, analyze and interpret data, evaluate, work in a team if possible, communicate their findings to other scientists, then write a lab report on what they did. Question: what is science? Correct. Science is the study of how the world works. Question: what is technology? Correct. Technology is the use of science to solve problems or make life easier. Question: what is a scientist? Correct. A scientist is a person who studies and discovers how things work. Question: list some skills scientists use to find the answers to scientific questions. Scientists observe, research, test, analyze, identify, classify, etc. Question: what are some attitudes of a scientist? Correct. Curiosity, creativity, open-mindedness, honesty, patience and perseverance, carefulness, and respectfulness. Question: how do scientists present their findings? They do this by determining a hypothesis, plan and design how to carry out the experiment, observe and measure, record data, analyze and interpret data, evaluate, work in a team if possible, and communicate their findings. After executing the experiment, scientists then write a lab report of their findings. Awesome job, everyone. See you around for part 2 of Working Like a Scientist. Bye.